Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of Slicey Boy Saturday here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm as always your host, the Ohio Patriot, and for today's episode, we are going to talk about the Gtkii GTK1 DC53 fixed blades. I say fixed blades because I just got in the most recent one of this. I also had another variant previously that we discussed before, and I will talk about again in this video. So we'll get a first-hand unboxing of the newest one that we literally just got in like maybe 10 minutes ago. It was when the Amazon driver dropped it off there. So interestingly enough, I was thinking this came in a box, but it actually came in a big bag. So yeah, it's still got the tape there and everything. So take out our good old Ozark trail to undo the packaging there. Always make sure that you point the knife away from yourself so you don't cut yourself. Because I've done that before where I was not paying attention and I actually cut my finger with one of these knives. Which, you know, some people say you don't own it until you actually bleed on is what it is there, but like, I don't know, I think it's kind of retarded personally. That's just me though. So obviously comes in big old box there. Straight out the package. Big old bag here. Some of these, depending on who makes them, sometimes you'll pull it out and have a second bag around the knife itself. I don't think this one does. That is what it is. No, it's not. Okay. So yeah. So basically, you got your big old sheath there, and then got our cool ass machete looking deal there. It almost looks like it's got it's like a bunch of oil on it. Wipe that off immediately. Wow, big old oil stain. I get putting that on there just to like make sure it doesn't get all fucked up or whatever, but it's just like, yeah, it's nasty, and I'm gonna take it off immediately because there is like a lot of oil on that. I do like the design of this though, I will say that for the first. I got the box, here's what it is. So yeah, it's just like a lot of grit on this is what it is. I assume from being in the package and everything. So yeah, it looks nice for sure. The only thing I dislike about this one specifically is the weird hole in it there, which I'm not sure what the deal is with that. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like a hold piece or whatever, but it's just strange because it shouldn't be there because of the fact, like you would think it was going to be a hole, it'd be back here for like something, because unless you have this out in your hand and you would have like a string attached to it and then to your wrist or something like that, as soon as you put it into the actual sheath here, it just completely disappears in there when you're locking it in place. There is what it is. So yeah, it just seems stupid to have like something attached to what it is there. But yeah, it definitely has a really interesting pattern design to it for sure. It almost kind of looks like a like Damascus or something like that initially, but it's not. It's like just some kind of like crazy, like, let's see if I can get it on camera here. It's like a crazy like CNC pattern or something. It looks pretty wild. I think it's a similar one on the other side too. But yeah, I really like to look at this thing. It kind of does remind me of a machete, honestly. So nice big fiberglass handle on there. Definitely choking up on that quite a bit. They seem to have a smaller choil right here on this one compared to the other variants of it. It's more just a small finger choil is what it is there. So I have other ones that are bigger than this is what it is. But yeah, this is made of a DC53 steel, what it is. Still got some more shit in here. Should go on the paper towel now. There's just some more like oil or something at the very tip at this here. Yeah, you can see all that this nasty blackness on there. Here, wait now. Where's that? Yeah, you can see it right there, I think now. Yeah, it's just like all the, I'm assuming it's from the factory itself is what it is. But yeah, I just want to get that off there. Just because it's going to be, yeah. I don't know if this is actually wiping off some of the stuff too or not on there, because I noticed that now. Like as I'm wiping that oil off, it seems like it's almost like there's like a little bit of like pitting, not really pitting there, but like it's almost like the underlying what have you there. So I would hope that's not the case and it's not just like for show or like as soon as that, because that shouldn't be coming off that easily with me just wiping the oil off with a freaking paper towel, dude. Because if it does, that's just ridiculous as it is there. But anyway, DC53 steel, obviously on this, pretty nice. Obviously, it retails for I think 38. It was 30% off when I bought this the other day, so it ended up being like I think it was like 26 or something. Is what I'm paying for this. So pretty nice knife in general. Overall, just very, very good. And then of course we got its brother on the table already here, so we'll pull that one out for comparison, which we've talked about this one in the past when I got it. It is slightly different, obviously. This is a more of a green camo-y color and slightly different blade profile as well. Doesn't have the weird hole in it there. And this is the way this one has a much bigger choil in it is what it is there too. So both of them fit my hand like insanely good, dude. Like I could literally go into like a sword fight with this thing if I wanted to. But yeah, also DC53, also the GTK II1. The only difference between them obviously is the blade patterns. So, and then choil size on these, and then of course that little weird hole for some reason. So yeah, both very good knives, both roughly about the same price. I believe they're both on sale right now for that like $26 price tag. Both have nylon handles, which are, like I said, very big. I mean, I have huge hands, just to be clear on that one. My hands are fucking huge, and this dorsum, this is like the only knife handle dorsum for me. So that should tell you something right there. But yeah, I could definitely see going into like a sword fight with these things. So, because they really are. They're not even knives, dude. These are like small swords, let's be honest with ourselves. So, but yeah, very fun, very nice, very cool. I don't think they would fit in each other's sheaths. I don't believe they would, just because of the, I don't know, maybe they would actually. I'm going to look at the sheaths comparing to each other. Here's what it is. Go ahead and set these down on the table here. Yeah, because this is the one for the newest one. And then this is the one for the other guy. It looks similar. So, I don't know, maybe they will. Let's try it. Let's see if it does or not. It might, honestly. Oh, it does actually. Okay. Cool. Interesting. So they do fit in each other's one, apparently. Although I'm sure it fits better in this one, though, obviously. And then just to be clear on this one, this is a little bit adjustable. Here's what it is. Or at least it's sliding like it is anyway. So you could pull that down and pop it up somehow is what it is there. But these are very interesting clips on these two, by the way. I don't think that one really... Yeah, that one might just be messed up, then if that'd be the case, because this one's not really going anywhere. So that might need to be riveted into place a little bit or something. But yeah, what's nice about these guys is the back buckle things on these are pretty interesting, because you actually have to pop this down like that and then pop it in to the sides there for it to actually open up is what it is there. So, and it took me a minute to figure that out actually, because it's not like you're just used to like having just like a buckle switch is what it is there, where you can pop the switch open is what it is there. But yeah, this one's different. It's like almost like a two locking mechanism there is what it is, which I like actually just because of that reason. So yeah, like I said, this one's definitely slipping there a little bit. It's almost like it needs like glued down or something. Yeah, it's definitely got like some looseness to it on the thing there, which is not good. So shame on you, Gtkii, on that one. Should double check that on the factory, dude. But yeah, the exception of that's a good knife though, for sure. As you can actually tell on this one, that actually does have a full tang, like no matter what. Like that's the one thing I do like about some of these companies is you can actually see like right through the entire spine. There's what it is a full tang knife. Because some of these, you can actually take them apart and it's like a rat tang. We're like halfway into it because the way that they do the scaling on it, it's like right in the middle. It's like this little piece. Whereas this one, you can tell it's like a full piece of metal. So it's not going to bust on you. Where those rat tang ones will bust on you eventually is what it is. So, but yeah, like I said, pretty good deal for under 27-ish bucks is what it is there. On sale right now, 30% off there. That price tag. So normally I think it's almost 40. But yeah, like I said, very good price. Definitely feels good in the hand. Definitely fits my hand very well. And if you're one of these bigger handed people like I am, is what it is here, man, like, you know, certain knives, man, they do not fit your hand very well. So it's nice to have a big old chopper here is what it is. And I could honestly see bushwhacking with something like this is what it is. Like just going out in the woods, or maybe even taking one of these out and going with my cousin or something like that and just handing it off to him and being like, hey, dude, go test this out in the woods for me. Because he wants to go out to the farm and go turkey hunting one of these days. I know it's going to be some bushwhacking that I'm going to get in there. So maybe I'll hand him off one of these and see if he'll do a little field test for me is what it is there and see how good it works. Bring back some results with one of these is what it is then. I don't know why this one's being stupid right now. But yeah, I don't know. I like the handle coloration on the original one here a little bit better is what it is there. Overall, they seem both pretty good. This one obviously seems more, as you can tell with this, it's more rounded edges there is what it is. Whereas the new one, it does have a little bit more material that was kind of left up there is what it is. Like if they had wanted to, they probably could have either done the handle a bit better on this one. Maybe add a little bit more material on the handle, or even just when they saw that the handle was able to do that or whatever, they could have taken it back to the grinder and maybe grinded it down just a teeny little bit more there to smooth it out a little bit, because there's definitely some excess there that could be, I mean, hell, there's enough excess right here probably where you could potentially take a little piece or something, pop a hole through that, and then actually put a what do you call it? A paracord handle through that piece or something. I don't know if that'd be the case. But yeah, like I said, it's not. You can tell there's a little bit of imperfection there for sure, but again, it makes it unique for sure on that one. So very cool either way. But yeah, definitely good knife for sure. And like I said, I'm definitely gonna take these out in the woods very soon and do some stuff with them is what it'll be. So do a little testing here and there is what it'll be. I like the DC53 quite a bit is what it is there. And one thing I figured out with these DC53 knives, what it is though, is there's not a whole lot of companies out there that sell them as folding knives in that kind of steel. Like you'll usually see like D2 on like almost everything when it comes to folding knives. You'll see 14C28 a lot too as well. But you don't really see DC53 a whole bunch. And when you do, it's like the knives are like at least 25 to 35, if not more than that. So versus these fixed blades, you know, these will be, like I said, it was like 37, 38, but it was on sale for 30% off at like 26 or something like that's what it is. So you can get these for like the same price you can get a folding knife for. It's like half the size or less. So I don't know, it's really up to you on that one. But yeah, I could definitely see using these in like a zombie apocalypse type of scenario where you just pull the bitch out and you're just like start, you know, popping heads with this, what it is there. And it's got enough reach too to where Like you have enough reach there as well, where you could easily like pop that forward and like knock somebody with just like the front tip basically of it. There is what it is, and not be hurting yourself is what it is, or not get bit or anything like that would be done. Or even just shove it forward like it's a sword basically, like right through some zombie heads. So it just goes right back onto your belt. That's what it is. I'm seriously considering open carrying one of these days, just see what people say. Like just for shits and giggles, what it is, like a Walmart or something. But I don't know, just my luck. They would come up and be like, "Sir, you can't carry a knife that big into the store." It's like, the fuck I can. Under Ohio law, I totally can, bitch. I can carry a fucking sword to this bitch if I want to. So, but anyway, yeah, pretty good though. Nice to see them deliver it in a timely manner too, for that matter, because it was only like, I think it took them about 4.5 hours, give or take, today to bring it to me then, which wasn't bad at all. I've had some times where they'll bring it from Akron and it'll be like maybe 2-ish hours, give or take, between the time it leaves their place there and the time it gets to my doorstep. I've also had it be time periods where it's like 7-something hours on their truck. There's what it is. So I'm pretty sure my order I got yesterday that was food stuff was about 6.5 to 7 hours, honestly, which is not cool, because I could tell as soon as I pulled the stuff out of the package there that it was already like hot to the touch. And even the one I got the other day, it was like heavy bag and stuff like that. Like as soon as I pulled it out and just touched one of the boxes, it was like hot to the touch. And I'm just like, that is not cool, bro. Because what that says to me is that they're obviously not keeping their contaminants, or keeping their packages on the, or not contaminants, yeah, not keeping the packages in the that are being delivered in a cool manner there in the truck. So, or at least the truck itself doesn't have any AC in the back, maybe, or something, what it is there, which is not good when you're delivering potential food and stuff to people, because that could easily spoil something. The things what it is there. So one thing I will say though, for stuff I've ordered from Amazon this week that was food related things is what it is. I got some like little 4-packs of what do you call them now? They're little fruit cups, and I will never order those again because of the way they packaged them there. And it was because the way they were packaged in general, they really should have had a seal around them, or like been put like some kind of like a plastic wrap or something. That's what it is there. Number one, and then number two, they should have had some kind of a in with them there to like divide with other stuff that was in there potentially as like a paper. What do you call it now? Some like tissue paper is what it is basically, which didn't have that in there either. And yeah, they were literally knocking around the package and stuff because the package is too big for them, is what it is there. And then they were actually knocking out of the package. I'm surprised one didn't pop open, honestly, which just shows how good the plastic was on them, is what it is there, that they didn't crack open then. But yeah, I was very pissed when I opened that package and it was like half of them like spilled out on the inside the box there, is what it is. So totally not cool, man, at all. But anyway, but yeah, so like I said, this the new DC53 here, really cool looking design on it. Looks like it's a CNC kind of blade profile there. Could do without the weird little hole there for whatever. I'm not even sure what you would do with that hole. So probably like a paracord handle would be my guess, but even then it just seems weird to have it placed like right there where it should be someplace back on this part of the handle is what it is then. So yeah, it just seems strange in general. I could see if they were only going to give you like the knife on like a Naked and Afraid, like then maybe have it there. Interesting. I just realized that one as soon as I put this back in there, I got a little bit more oil on it than what it is. So there must be like a shit ton of oil inside of the thing here is what it would be then, which is absolutely not cool. I'm going to take another paper towel and wipe off a bunch of oil here. What it will be. Probably get a bunch of craziness there as well. Yep, still some wacky junk there is what it is. don't think there's a way I could put this down into the actual. I would almost have to take all the rivets out of this. Is what it is to just like wipe it out completely or whatever. Then you gotta just wipe like the inner edges here and see if it doesn't get something. No, it's not really getting much of anything there. So it's got to be way further down, and probably way down like this part right now is what it is. I don't think if I pop this upside down and just kind of shook it, I don't think it would knock anything out there either. It's probably just like a thin coat that's on it. Again, this is why usually when you have these things, what a lot of these companies will do is, besides putting the outside baggie around them here, they'll usually do like an inside baggie, and it's the inside baggie then that has the actual oil on it for the knife itself, so it doesn't dry out or whatever then. And then it's from there that you will be able to pull off that baggie, and then you can wipe down the knife, and it won't be an issue. Then when you put it back in the sheath is what it is then. Versus this, they didn't do that, and because of that, there's like oil some part in like some part of the sheath, either right here or like right in here somewhere. That keeps getting hot every time I resheath it then. I'm thinking it's down at the very bottom, honestly, at this point. So, yeah, I like this one. Pretty nice. Definitely a cool machete looking to it. Comparing it, obviously, like I said, to the other guy. Got a different blade profile on this guy. The only difference between this other one here and the new one is the little hole for whatever reason there. And then, of course, this one they actually went the full step further and got it all the way down to straight into the handle there, where this guy has a little bit of excess material left on it, where they could have grinded it down properly and got it completely into the handle is what it is there. But again, it is what it is. So, but nice thing about it is, like I said, with my big old bear paws here, this actually fits my big ass hand in the handle and still has some material left after that, to where I literally can have some extra give and go is what it is. So, but yeah, good times for sure though. But yeah, I'm probably gonna take those. I was talking to my cousin yesterday. We're probably gonna go to the farm here in the next couple of weeks as it is. So probably like 2 weeks from today, I'm gonna go fishing there, and I'll just take both of these with me at the time then and go fuck around with some firewood and stuff like that. Because we'll probably do, most likely we'll go down there, gonna go fishing obviously, and do we're trying to catch some crappie and whatever else we can catch there, and do a little fillet up is what it is there. We'll catch and cook. So most likely I'll take some of these and just chop them up, chop up some firewood or something. That's what it'll be then. So we can do some fishing. So we can do some fishing where the fires would be then. So let me go check the Amazon, because it should tell me exactly what the dimensions are for it here. So let's see. Yeah, right now here. Let me go and grab that up. Here's our share button here. Yeah, here's a listing right here. It is 14.8 inches long. The blade is 8.6 inches. So the entire thing is almost 15 inches. The blade itself is a little over 8.5 inches long. And then the handle is a little over 6 inches then. Now you got blade thickness, everything else there. So it's interesting here. It says that the fiberglass, nylon fiberglass handle is better than G10 handles. I don't know if I believe that or not, honestly. But like I said, DC53 steel for both of these guys, and 30% off right now is what it is. Which brings it down to like the 20s, because you can get different ones. Obviously, this is the mate one that we just got a minute ago. And then we got the black version of the green one that I have. You got the green version there, and then you got this other version that's not quite as cool as this one, obviously. It's a similar look, but it doesn't have quite the like CNC inlining, whatever you're gonna call it there. It's a different color patternation or whatever it is there. So But yeah, decent price, especially when you get 30% off price, obviously. Taking it down below $30, so definitely worth it, obviously. So I can actually see that specifically the black version here. I could see doing that with like corn stalks and stuff like that, where you're out in like a cornfield or something like that and cutting down stalks with it or something like that. That'd be cool. That would make sense. Or even like cutting down like wheat or something, maybe, if you're gonna do that by hand and whatnot. So, but yeah, that'd be like some 1800 shit at that point though, which hopefully we don't get back to there anytime soon, because you never know. Our infrastructure anymore is so like being held together by threads at this point, basically, in many cases. Any real attack that somebody wanted to do against our grid at this point would totally take us back to like 1900 again, is what it is there. So anyway, but on that note, that's about it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will be back. I may do another episode tomorrow afternoon or something, but I'm not sure yet. If I do, it would be the Battle of DC53 Fixed Blade, or not Fixed Blades. It'd be Battle of the DC53 Folding Knives. And then next week, then would be the DC53 versus VG10 versus something else is what it is then. But it just all depends at this point. So I have another blade here. I'm not sure what one this guy is right here. What's this dude right here? I think this might be the VG10 I had for that upcoming one. Yeah, I think this is that one. This is from the same company, by the way. This one here. It's from that same company I got before. That was a little more expensive. That Savidian, or whatever you call it there. Which, that one seems like it's better than the other one I got from them. Because the other one I got from them, that I think it was either 14C28N or it was DC53 steel. But it was dull out of the package, dude. Like, I couldn't believe how dull that thing was. I'm going to have to still sharpen that thing, is what it is. And I am very upset with that company at this point. So, I don't think they really redeemed themselves 100% with this knife. But for sure, I would say buyer beware on the other one, on that one. And apparently I wasn't the only one that had that kind of issue with them either, because I was looking at some of the reviews after I bought the other knife there, is what it is. And there were several reviews in the comment section there where people were saying, hey, I got this, and it was all out of the package and everything else like that. So it seems like it was something weird going on with their company there, where either their employees just weren't sharpening the stuff properly before they sent it out, or what is what it is there, or something happened there where maybe their grinders were dull or something. They didn't bother replacing like the pieces to grind it properly or something like that. Who knows? But either way, like, it's definitely a knock against the company for sure, because when you're selling multiple products that people are then complaining about because they're all the same exactly things, what it is there, and you're not fixing that issue to like update or even get them a refund on this previous knife, or even send them out a new knife for that matter, is what it is then. It's kind of bullshit, honestly, dude. So, but anyway, that being said, that's about it for that one. Like I said, we'll do that other blade here in the next, probably, it'll either be tomorrow or next week, one of the two. And then we'll go and do some other stuff. Then is what it is after that, is what it will be. So, till later. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Right now it's about 4:35 Eastern Standard Time. So I'm probably going to take a nap here in a little bit. And then I will go, and later on tonight, if D.A. Robertson Company do their Saturday Network Hunters podcast show, I'll be watching that around 8 o'clock tonight. Maybe commenting in their comment section. If not, if they're not going to do anything, I might just be napping. That's what it is. So I nodded off in the chair here this morning for a while, and it was a pretty good nap, actually. I think that was because of me going out yesterday, is what it is. It's one thing I noticed recently is when I do like a lot of excursion out of the apartment, I do tend to sleep better because I basically just pass out from just being exhausted from exercising and stuff like that. Versus when I'm just chilling out here, like, it's harder for me to sleep. That's what it is then. So I don't know. Maybe I just need to go outside every so often and just go walk around the complex once or something like that's what it is there. Like do that like once a day or something. That'd be the case then. Problem is it's so weather is so like ridiculous anymore. Like today it's only like 50 something, so it's actually nice. Yesterday it was like almost 80 and like 75% humidity or something like that there. Whereas today it's like 54 and like around 50% humidity, give or take. So I don't know. Ohio weather is so jacked up anymore. I think a lot of it has to do because we had like rain or something last night, what it was. But either way, it's just like stay consistent or, you know, be something else. Like stop being this weird like summer to winter every couple of days is what it is. Like I'm pretty sure we're out of winter at this point, but I don't know. Like we're pretty close to May, but we've always had that time period where it's like we usually get that one weird ass May storm where it just gets like super cold for like 2 days or something like that, and then it snows. Like really early May time period. So it's still very possible, but hopefully that won't be the case. Hopefully we can actually get to be pretty consistent and pretty warm weather, and then my cousin and I can just go down to the farm and go fishing for a few hours or something. There's what it is. Do some crappie fishing. Hopefully catch a bunch of those, maybe some big old bluegill or something like that to fry up to. If we got some smaller bass, we'd probably take those out as well, because that's one thing with the pond right now is I guess it's not really, well, that actually that's technically not a pond, it's a lake. The lake down there right now is so over populated because nobody ever takes anything out anymore. We just need to yank out like probably like a couple hundred like 1 and 2 pound bass at this point, so the big guys can become like 8 to 10 pounders is what it is there, because I know for a fact there's only maybe a couple that are around like 6-7 pounds right now, and then everything else is like maybe like 4 pounds max is what it is there, and that's maybe a couple of dozen honestly, whereas everybody else is maybe like a pound if that even. And it's honestly what I've seen recently in the last few years is it seems like when we are catching crappies and bluegill and stuff like that, they're like a pound or 2 a piece. And a lot of them are bigger than bass are now, is what it is. So, yeah. Yeah, anyway. I think that one would be inappropriate for YouTube just because of the fact it would probably be me scratching my nuts a bunch of times while I'm sleeping. So, I don't think anyone wants to see that, man. But anyway. Plus, I would never want to leave the camera running on me when I'm taking a nap either way, because it would just be weird. I don't know. If I did like a 24-hour stream, you'd probably just see me pass on camera a couple times, I'm sure. That's why when Honda did his 24-hour stream years ago, I was only part of that for like half the thing, because I was sleeping the other half is what it is. But, yeah. Good old days when Mom was still around. Sucks, man. It is what it is, though. I know I'm never going to get the true justice I want for her, because that would involve people being at the end of a fucking rope at this point, honestly. But it is what it is there. But anyway, hope I can get some kind of justice at some point down the line. Only time will tell, though. But that being said, that's about it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I will, like I said, I'll be back probably sometime tomorrow, maybe. It just all depends. Depends on how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling good like I am today, then I'll definitely be back for another stream tomorrow, where we'll do a folding knife review. If I don't feel well, then we're not going to bother doing 23 until next week is what it is then. So, and from there, it'll basically just be, may end up doing 2. If that be the case, then I may end up doing 2 streams next week is what it is then, because if I do end up going down to the farm to go fishing on the 8th or 9th, I'm not going to do a stream that week is what it is then. So most likely, if I do a double stream, then it'd be making up for weeks from now is what it is then. I'm not going to be here to do one at all. So anyway, but yeah, that being said, it'll be played by ear if I do one tomorrow or not. If I don't do one tomorrow, expect me to do probably 2 the first week of May, then is what it'll be. So, but anyway, till later. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Stay safe. Stay vigilant. all that good stuff. And if you live in a state like Ohio, you can actually carry a big old blade like this as an EDC and legally open carry is what it is there. Which I don't know why you'd try to conceal carry something like this, because I don't think you really conceal carry that down your pants, bro. Unless you want to be that crazy ass black dude that came out this week with a video where he literally sliced his dick off. That's what it is. Or at least sliced into his dick. Anyway, I'm not sure if he sliced it off or not, but he definitely pulled that blade out of his pants with no sheath in it. And yeah, he definitely sliced himself when he did that. So not the smartest tool in the shed on that one. I guess it'd be sharpest tool in the shed. Yeah, there's another one that's like smart about something, and there'd be that guy's definitely a few apples short of a bushel. He's a few bricks shy of a load. What's another good one? That's what the sharpest tool in the shed was the one I'm thinking of. There's a bunch of other ones like that are different little isms and stuff. So brightest bulb in the bunch is a good one. I like that one too. So, you know. But anyway, yeah, don't be that dude, man. Make sure to carry your stuff in a sheath is what is there. Yeah, that's another one. A few sandwiches short of a picnic. I know there's another one I remember as kids, but it's like right on the tip of my tongue and right at the front of my mind, but I can't. It's not like coming fully together as what it is there. So probably just because I'm tired, honestly. But yeah, I'll just look up a bunch of those later as what it is. Then we'll just do a whole stream at some point. We'll just go over the whole list of those as what it is there. So, but anyway, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I'll be back later for something else, either tomorrow or next week is what it is there. But yeah, either way, have a good rest of your day and rest of your weekend. And if you're around tonight, like I said, if the Nightmare Hunters podcast does their stream for Saturday, I'll be on there. Comment section there, listening and probably chiming in a few times because there are certain things I like to say during some of these casts there with that dude, because I know that D.A. Roberts guy likes to read some of mine, what it is there under the Legacy Anarchy moniker. So, and it seems like when they do read mine, it's usually one of those ones where it's like, yeah, this thing or that thing. And it's all about like fighting cryptids basically. So, but either way, I will see you guys later. Peace out. Stay safe. Have a good one. Bye.